All right, folks, 2015 Caravan. This is an update to our misfire diagnosis. So our motor cams were severely damaged. As you can see here, severely damaged from the rockers wearing out. So this is our engine coming out. That is the replacement. This missed the fan, but that's the replacement one. So I'm just gonna do a little quick review on removing this engine. This is the first time I've had to do one of these swaps, and there's two ways to do it. I mean, one is to do what we did, remove the whole front end, the radiator, the condenser, and remove it from the front here. Or I've been told that you can do the whole subframe and cradle and everything, which I think is a lot more work and a lot more intensive. There's a lot more involved. I mean, look at the brake line there that passes over the that cradle, and these bolts here. We're in the north here. We're in Canada, so chances are these bolts are rusted and they're gonna snap. So I didn't want to chance that. So I decided to take it out this way. I think. Let me see. So we had to disconnect the exhaust. This crossover pipe, those bolts were really rusted, so we just cut them off. Fortunately, they just passed through, so that connects to the cat in the back here, and that passes through, so we just have to nut and bolt it later. Typical stuff. I mean, disconnect the harness, bolt the torque converter bolts, drain all your fluids. We left our power steering pump in, so we just unbolted it and pushed off to the side. Left this exhaust crossover pipe. Let me see. We removed the drive shaft, the right side drive shaft, and the intermediate shaft. The front. The catalytic converter in the front, we removed that. That nut and bolt was rusted, so we cut it off. But then the nut is welded onto this flange, so we just knocked it out. We just hammered it and knocked it out. Stopped right there. So we just took a punched it out. That way we'll just nut and bolt it when we put it back in. So that was probably the tricky part, because wasn't sure how this exhaust came out, and it was really rusted, so wasn't sure if it was going to be a big headache. But I think that is pretty much it. There wasn't anything really tricky about this. Here's all the parts. So there's that front mount bracket, this front cradle. This is the shield for the power steering, I think. That might be the shield for the, no, that is the shield for the engine mount. There's a cover, there is a shield for the power steering. That's the front exhaust manifold, cap, drive shaft, intermediate shaft. The starter, you may want to replace the starter since you're already in there, because it's in a very awkward place. It's hidden here, which is behind this intake manifold. It can come out without removing the intake manifold, but since you already have it out, you may want to replace it. If not, you'll have to remove the front engine mount and bracket here to wiggle it out. So again, since it's already out, then you may want to do that. Our valve cover is off. You don't have to. The motor can come out without the valve cover, with the valve cover, intake manifold all intact. All our accessories are still on. Our alternator, AC pump. I just have to evacuate the AC, the Freon, if it's still charged. Disconnected all the electrical that is attached to it. So now we just need to transfer everything over, make sure everything's matching, and then we can drop this guy back in and hopefully get this done sooner than later. Okay, thanks for watching.